Metrotitan, the humongous warrior constructed by the Autobots on Saturn's moon, is able to transform into an enormous starship and traverse through space at unbelievable speeds. He towers over his enemies with his massive stature and his height reaching up to 2 miles. Apart from the danger he possesses with his tremendous proportions, Metrotitan is armed with a powerful freeze gun capable of freezing even the strongest of foes. The freeze ray can also target multiple enemies at once and can dismember his adversaries quite efficiently. Let us dive straight into exploring more about this gigantic transformer and learn more about his involvement in the storylines. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thanks, and let's begin. Who is Metrotitan and why is he so unique? As we mentioned earlier, Metrotitan is a Titan and he was created by the Autobots on Saturn's moon. Metrotitan is living an armory of exotic weapons and ancient technology that outclasses a number of lesser Cybertronians. He is more potent than even the greatest combiner and is capable of bringing a whole army's worth of firepower to battle. It's a simple fact that in head-to-head combat, one of the only beings that can defeat Metrotitan is another Titan. Unfortunately for the Autobots, Metrotitan defected to the Decepticons soon after his creation and abandoned his fellow Autobots. It is unknown if his defection was the product of forced reprogramming of his purpose or a voluntary decision to side with evil forces. Eventually, the Autobots and Metrotitan's former allies had to finally come to terms with his wretched ways and see him as an enemy. Turning to the Decepticons, Metrotitan was designated as the leader of the Metro Squad. He was also under the tutelage of 9 great demon generals, which were a group of elite and powerful warriors created by Vile and Giguar. What makes Metrotitan a formidable warrior is his freeze ray weapon. He can utilize the cryogenic abilities of the weapon to freeze not just his enemies, but also planets. Although his icy powers have been shown to be countered by Roadfire's insane firepower, having one counter does not mean unreliability. Metrotitan's arsenal can put many to shame, and he does not shy away from using it to its max potential. Metrotitan featured in the Japanese General 1 cartoon and the Metro Wars story arc. When Metrotitan betrayed the Autobots, Zone story pages. In this storyline, we get to know about the origins of Metrotitan right after his activation and subsequent defection to the Decepticons under the 9 great demon generals. Metrotitan was given the mission to assault and disrupt the Autobot lunar zone base on Earth's moon. Leading his team, the Metro Squad, Metrotitan faced off against the commander of the lunar zone base, Rabi Crater. Metrotitan showcased his might and proved his excellence in the heat of battle by swiftly handling swarms of enemies and even killing a highly experienced veteran Autobot known as Galaxy Shuttle. But Metrotitan did not stop there. He was on his way to completely annihilate Atlas in a face-to-face battle and would have successfully been able to do so if Sonic Bomber had not gone up against the Metro Squad, keeping them busy. Unable to fight Atlas, Metrotitan was still relatively unharmed and aimed to do more damage to his enemies. He employed his signature weapon, the Freeze Ray, and used it to engulf the moon with ice and reduce it to nothing but an icy tomb. His beam of ice proved to be so strong that it was able to cover massive zones in its area of effect. He was able to stop Sky-powered in his advances against him. It was not until the interference of a third powered master known as Roadfire that Metrotitan was being countered by an adversary. Roadfire's amazing firepower proved too much for Metrotitan to bear, and the elemental disadvantage of ice being weak to fire played a major part in it. Roadfire was finally able to put an end to Metrotitan's onslaught by using his fire kick to destroy Metrotitan's weapon and soon defeat him in battle. Encounter with his counterpart, Metroplex. In the following years, Metrotitan joined the Decepticons of High Regent Scrash's splinter group and came under the leadership of Straxus. Straxus gave the Titan's base mode the name Dark Mount in honor of his former home. In the battles that followed with his new group of Decepticons, Metrotitan was finally able to utterly eviscerate his counterpart known as Metroplex. Within a short period of time, the Decepticons launched another assault on the Autobots. They used the abilities of Metrotitan once again, and he was successful in destroying the Metro base while he was en route to Scramble City. The Autobots were more heavily prepared in the ensuing struggle as they had rebuilt Metroplex and added components that made him far more formidable than before. Metroplex was easily towering over Metrotitan, and using his new parts and his large size, he posed a great threat to Metrotitan. Metroplex was able to defeat Metrotitan in battle easily and choose to question him about the reason behind his defecting to the Decepticons. Metrotitan then denied any rumors or reports of him being reprogrammed by the Decepticons and enforced the idea that he had made his own choice. Hearing this, Metroplex accepted his loyalty to the Decepticons and banished him from ever joining the Autobots again. With their battle coming to a close, Metrotitan is defeated and gravely injured and chooses to retreat so that he does not put his life at stake in a losing battle. After recovering, Metrotitan was outraged over his defeat and vowed revenge on Metroplex. He believed that having the ability to experience such emotions was evidence enough that his mind was his own and that he had not been tampered with. Straxus calmly supported his convictions while hovering over his shoulder and plugged into Metrotitan's brain. Meanwhile, Metro Bomb accepted to steal information on Metroplex's new design schematics so that Metrotitan might be rebuilt into a comparable body at the same time, but he was unsuccessful. The rebirth of Metrotitan. We do not see much of the Metrotitan in Legends comic, but we do gain some insight into his character. It was established that since Metrotitan had been sleeping beneath the Saturn moon surface for ages before rising and becoming a Decepticon, that native Titans' worship of the Sky God was influenced by Metrotitan. After a fruitless attempt to convince Straxus to give up, Metroplex chased out Metrotitan and eventually dominated and defeated him permanently. Metroplex brought his unconscious body back to Titan, where he would gently absorb the energy of the moon and possibly awaken one day as his former brave and heroic self. After considerable time, Vilan Gigua ordered Metrotitan to reappear alongside with Metro Squad in a greater body and attack Zone once more. He fought Metrobase, an Autobot of the Titan class, as well as Galaxy Shuttle, his previous victim. Exploring his extensive IDW 2005 continuity, it was stated in Cybertronian legends that Metrotitan was one of the original three Titans. Metrotitan, Metroplex, and Chella were the three Titans that fought alongside Primus in his battle against the devious opposite. 12 million years ago, during the initial unification of the 13, Onyx Prime called upon the three original Titans to put an end to the conflict between the forces of the Crystal City and the Darklands. This is the first known instance of the three original Titans reappearing in contemporary Cybertronian history. Their sole presence succeeded in doing precisely that, rendering their enemy warriors helpless for long enough for Onyx to approach Megatronus and broker a ceasefire. In the ongoing celebrations of the victory, Onyx announced that he had designed a new symbol to commemorate the new alliance with the help of Metrotitan. However, this piece of Cybertronian history is tainted because it was revealed that Onyx Prime was actually an imposter. The members of the 13 were unaware that it was Shockwave masquerading as Onyx Prime to reshape history according to his own will, so that his plans could come to fruition. As time went on, the Cybertronian Civil War took place under the reign of the 13. Following the battles, many of the Titans left the planet to seek a new life. Only three of the original Titans, Metrotitan, Metroplex, and Triptychon, remained. It was here when Metrotitan went into hiding beneath the Crystal City to rest, and in the meantime, he was guarded by Omega Supreme. Omega kept Metrotitan's whereabouts a secret in the following years and chose not to inform Nova Prime of it. His decision to do so proved helpful, as Nova soon departed Cybertron to conquer other planets. Omega finally disclosed the secrets to a much more deferential Cybertronian named Atlas. Atlas was given the duty to protect Metrotitan until the right time for his resurrection came, which would be in the presence of a great Cybertronian. Following this, Atlas gathered like-minded Cybertronians and formed the Circle of Light. He utilized the energies that Metrotitan emanated to build the Crystal City on top of the hibernating Metrotitan and power their homes. Despite the fact that a million years had passed, Onyx Prime was still not done with his attempts to enslave his former subordinate. By utilizing the Ore 10 materials, that his younger self had once created, Onyx had been able to reprogram Metrotitan with a particular objective in mind. Onyx had persuaded Metrotitan that the stories of the Chosen One were real and that the conceited, credulous Starscream was that Chosen One. He did this so that he could guarantee that Cybertron would stay weak and divided for years to come. Metrotitan attempted to go back to his old home in Crystal City when he returned to Cybertron, but instead he physically entangled his molecules with those of the city, producing a local disruption of reality. Upon his reawakening, Metrotitan was taken aback by the presence of Starscream and subsequently dubbed him the Chosen One. He warned the Transformers to seek a safe distance from the eruption before he obliterated himself with an animator explosion, seemingly killing him. But in reality, shockwave supplies of Ore 9 had teleported Metrotitan to the next phase of his overall mission, which was on the planet Earth. He again went into stasis under the Monument Valley and remained there until needed. It was after the arrival of Optimus Prime that the Autobots dreamt of Metrotitan resurfacing and fighting off evil. This was the reason that they set up base Monument Valley. Optimus kept attempting to reach out with his feelings, but it was only during a conflict with the Earth Defense Command that Prime was able to pull off this feat. With the reawakening of Metrotitan and his dramatic entrance, the humans started retreating out of fear. Optimus declared that Metrotitan would become Autobot City in the hopes that the Titan would become an embassy for the Autobots on Earth. Metrotitan then changed into his city mode to make himself appear less intimidating to the people of Earth. Soon after, Metrotitan sent a data pulse into space in which Optimus was hailed as the champion who would put an end to the Great War and led Earth into the Galactic Society. Senator Prime was awakened on Cybertron by this data pulse, and he took up arms to purify his drastically altered homeworld. It also reached Micronus Prime in the other dimension of microspace, where it informed the evil Baron Kaza of the presence of Ori 13 on Earth. After being restored and connected to Metroplex's space bridge on Cybertron, Metrotitan's space bridge was now the main route for transit between Earth and Cybertron. When a destructive entropic cloud threatened to devour microspace, Micronus Prime requested assistance from Optimus and ordered Metrotitan to relay his message after Metrotitan's space bridge was able to cross dimensional boundaries somehow and reach Micronus Prime's own space bridge. Metrotitan stayed entirely silent in the hopes that Optimus would connect with him mentally to investigate, but his attempts were perceived as a mechanical malfunction, and the city speaker Windblade was summoned to inspect him. Despite this setback, he continued to perform his responsibilities, and a few weeks later sent the Autobots information about a recent explosion on Mount Olympus that had brought on by the unstable Ore 13 supplies. During the time when the Autobot city turned into a battlefield where the Autobots and their newly made allies defended Metrotitan from Mask and the Dire Wraiths, Metrotitan was commanded by Windblade to transform into his spaceship form and traverse through space, carrying their heroes to safety. Following this, Metrotitan remained in his spaceship form, and the Autobots helped the Earthlings rebuild in the affected areas. During the Junkions' invasion, Metrotitan was attacked, and the Junkions were able to ram their spaceship directly into Metrotitan's hull as a counter-defense measure. Metrotitan partially turned into his robot form and used his hands to manhandle the Junkion spaceship himself. He was an unstoppable force on the battlefield and was only stopped when Optimus was able to diplomatically call a truce between the two forces. Black Rock utilized his Titan master skills to call Metrotitan when Baron Ironblood invaded Buenos Aires. Metrotitan then changed and destroyed the force barrier, encirculating the Onyx Tower, Optimus Prime to join the battle. Once Black Rock had determined a counter-frequency to the Dire Wraith mutation caused by the Talisman, he sent it to Metrotitan, who amplified the signal using his Ore 13 supply and built-in space bridge before transmitting it and curing the affected people. The corrective wave had the uncanny ability to allow the spirit of Mike Power to enter Centurion's body. After coming back to Earth, Optimus led Metrotitan to Kentucky, where he oversaw the debut of a new Ore 13 mine. When Onyx Prime eventually made it back to Cybertron, this was cut short. Metrotitan learned of the situation, changed into robot mode, and space bridged to Cybertron. However, Onyx's schemes had plunged Iacon into anarchy, and as rioting broke out in the streets, Metrotitan, still devoted to the persons he saw as his chosen one, opened fire on Onyx's flying skiff. Windblade and Optimus tried to reason with the Titan, but he wouldn't listen. As a result, Onyx gave the order for his starship crew to fire on Metrotitan, blowing a hole through his chest and forcing him to fall over. The Cyclopean scientist, now known as Shockwave, gave his accomplice, Liege Maximo, orders to send a battalion of Maximals to the city to kill the people who had been within him when he had been to Cybertron. The injured Titan appeared to support his hypotheses as Starscream, who now believes that he is Megatronus, climbed up Metrotitan's head to check if Titan could validate the most recent discovery, only for Shockwave to show up and explain everything. He had purposely set up Metrotitan as a catspaw to make sure that Cybertron would be shattered and split for his return as a result of Starscream's ineffective leadership. With a shot from his cannon, Shockwave concluded this statement by killing the fatally wounded Metrotitan. After the crisis, Starscream and the other Decepticons sought refuge in Metrotitan's decomposing carcass, where Starscream talked about his intentions to gather the Decepticon cells dispersed around the galaxy in order to fight back against the impending danger of Unicron. Unstoppable and invincible, he was most likely obliterated when Unicron ate Cybertron. Conclusion. In conclusion, Metrotitan was a beast when it came to fighting and acted as the Autobots' last line of defense in the IDW continuity. He was turned from an ally to an enemy in the Generation 1 cartoon, which was heavily detrimental to the Autobots and their attempts at battling the Decepticons. Having such a formidable force working against you would be a major setback for any amount of armies you can conjure. All in all, Metrotitan is one of the original Titans and has lived for millions upon millions of years. He has played a major role in the storyline for years to follow and has often been the focus of the adversary forces as they sought his powers, either through persuasion or corruption. And if you liked our content, then please leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks.